Great. Welcome everyone to the Town of Greater Napanee Committee of Adjustment for the 28th day of April 2026. We'll call the meeting to order and we'll look for a motion to adopt the agenda as presented. Moved by Deputy Mayor Calver, second by Councillor Norrie. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion. Opposed, motion's carried. Is there any disclosure of pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof? Seeing none, look for a motion to adopt the minutes of the Committee of Adjustment for the 14th day of April 2026. Moved by Councillor Martin, seconded by Councillor Hicks. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion. Opposed, the motion is carried. First matter is land severance application. File number is PLCOR 2026-017, 306 Abrams Road, roll number 112130-010-01100. The owner is Carolyn and Peter Van Order, and the applicant is Carolyn and Peter Van Order. And is there anyone in the body of the council chambers that wishes to speak for or against this application? And I know that the Van Orders are here to answer any questions should we have any. So folks, if there's any questions or comments that you hear and you want to bring it to our attention, by all means, just put your hand up and we'll get you up here in front of the council chambers. So seeing no one else, Mr. Nanton, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and through you. So I'll begin this evening by providing a brief presentation for the application submitted for lot creation from the property known as 306 Abrams Road. To begin with some site context, so this slide shows the property generally outlined in yellow. The property is approximately 75 hectares in area, situated on the west side of Abrams Road. It also features some frontage along County Road 9 at the southern extent of the lot. Surrounding areas characterized by rural open field agricultural uses, and there's shoreline residential uses further south of County Road 9. The site zoned rural and environmental protection. There's a stream and wetland that kind of intervenes the middle southern portion of the property, and the site's also designated rural with some EP through the town official plan. Moving to the intent of the application. So the application's been submitted to sever a 24-hectare parcel that's outlined in red on the slide. That will leave a balance of 51 hectares for the retained lands. So the severed lands will front onto County Road 9. The retained lands will capture all the existing development and the frontage along Abrams Road. Through technical circulation, there were no comments of concern received from the public. The county and the Conservation Authority both had no objections to the application. County did note that an entrance permit will be required, subject to the proposed lot being created once they pursue development. Cataraqui Conservation did note that the severed land has a water course approximately right through the middle of it, noting that it can accommodate minimum 30-meter setbacks from natural features, so they had no objection. To that end, it is a fairly large parcel, so it's just important to note that one of the conditions that are recommended this evening are to establish a well and a test of that well as the area that's going to be developed along County Road 9, reasonably south of the water course, is going to be slightly under 10 acres in area. So that's the reason for that, if there's any questions. Moving to our recommendation, the application has proper regard for the Planning Act, is consistent with the PPS, and we found it to conform to the policies of the county and town official plan. The application is in the public interest, and we recommend approval subject to conditions, and I'm available for questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nanton. Is there any questions or comments for Mr. Nanton with respect to the report that's in front of us or the presentation he has made? Seeing none, we do have a recommendation the committee receive for information the staff report application PLCOR 2026-017, and further that the application to sever a 24-hectare lot be granted subject to a number of conditions that are contained within this evening's agenda. Moved by Councillor Norrie, second by Deputy Mayor Calvert. There's no further comments, questions, or concerns. All in favor of that motion. Opposed, motion's carried. Next matter, PLCOR 2026-019, 661 County Road 25. Roll number is 11211800102310. The owner is Rijstenbil, N. Rijstenbil and J. Makort, and the applicant is N. Rijstenbil and J. Makort. And once again, do we have anyone in the body of the council chambers that would like to speak for or against? And folks, are you here as the applicants? Okay, it'll be the same as the last matter. If there's anything, and I hope I didn't make too much of a mess with the names, but if there's anything that you hear that you have any questions about or anything like that, by all means, just put your hand up and we'll get you up front. So thank you and welcome to our Committee of Adjustment. Mr. Nanton, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and through you. So moving to the presentation for the application submitted for lot creation at the property known as 661 County Road 25. To begin with the site context, the site here is generally outlined in yellow, which is on the north side of County Road 25. It's approximately 36 hectares in area, in an area that's characterized by rural residential and open field agricultural uses. The site zoned rural and environmental protection. There's a wetland and kind of a woodland area at the northern extent of the lot, away from County Road 25 where the lots are. And the property is also designated rural and environmental protection. Moving to the intent of the application. So the application's been submitted to create a 0.8 hectare lot from the balance of the lands. The lot is shown in red, which is representative of kind of infill along the existing residential lots along County Road 25 there on the north side. The retained lands will be approximately 35 hectares in area and will maintain appropriate frontage along County Road 25. For technical comments, the county and the Cataraqui Region Conservation Authority had no objection. The CRCA noted that future development should and needs to adhere to minimum setbacks from natural features on the northern side of the lot. We did receive public comments from a property owner on the south side of County Road 25. They just inquired about the intent of the application, if there are implications on their farming practices. The newly proposed lot is no closer than existing residential lots that exist today, so it's not further introducing, new restrictions for adjacent agricultural uses moving forward. Our recommendation this evening is to approve the application as presented through the agenda with the subject conditions, and I'm available for questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nanton. Is there any, go ahead, Deputy Mayor Cower.
Thank you, through your worship. So just taking a look, there's already a residential dwelling on the right side of this property as well as the left side. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Right on that corner there as well. So it's in line with everything there. There's no issues whatsoever. Doesn't impede on any farming or anything like that. So perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Calver. Is there any other questions or comments with respect to the report that's in front of us or the presentation we heard from Mr. Nanton? If not, we do have a recommendation that the committee receive for information the staff report for application PLCOR 2026-019 and further that the application to sever a 0.8 hectare lot be granted subject to a number of conditions that are contained within this evening's agenda. Moved by Deputy Mayor Calver, seconded by Councillor Martin. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion? Opposed? Motion is carried. Next matter is minor variance application. We have a minor variance application, file number PLVAR 2026-020-1949 South Shore Road, roll numbers 1121160-030-27300. Owners D. Kapucienski and AB Kapucienski, and the applicant is D. Kapucienski. Is there anyone in the body of the council chambers that would like to speak for or against this application? Seeing none, Mr. Nanton, floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and through you. So to provide a brief presentation for the minor variance application submitted for 1949 South Shore Road. This slide provides a site context. So the site's outlined in red here, which is on the west-north side of South Shore Road. The area is characterized by shoreline residential development as well as open field agricultural uses as shown on the slide. The site is zoned prime agricultural and is designated shoreline residential through the town official plan. This slide moves to provide the intent of the application. So the lands themselves were enlarged through a lot addition from the property further to the west of the site. Now that that's been formalized and is certified, the applicants brought forward a proposal to establish a new garage for storage and personal use. Based on the proximity to Hay Bay and the prime agricultural designation that it's in, a reasonable setback from the water and the road can't meet all of the provisions, so they're requesting relief from the setback to the high water mark of 2 meters, so permitting a 28-meter setback there, and reducing the front yard depth from 15 meters to 5 meters. And this slide just serves to kind of outline the proposal just referenced there in terms of the relief sought through the application. And then with that in mind, just coming back to the sketch, it just delineates that trying to maximize the setback that can be achieved from the water body itself. And the review of the setback from the center line of road was reviewed by Public Works, and operationally and visually, we think it's not going to have any impact. No comments of concern were received from the public. The County Conservation Authority both had no objection. We found the application meets the 4 tests for minor variance, and we recommend approval. And I'm available for questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nanton. Is there any, go ahead, Deputy Mayor Cower.
All right, sorry, through your worship. So, David, this is asking for a few minor adjustments, minor setbacks, which is fine. They're proposing to build a new structure for a shed or a storage shed. What prevents the storage shed from being then converted over to an Airbnb? I've seen that happen now in a few places where we've given variance and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden, oh, it's not a shed anymore. It's on Airbnb listed as a short-term accommodation. So we got a way of making sure this just stays as a storage shed?
Thank you for the question through you. So the current zone provisions and permitted uses of the prime agricultural zone will not permit an accessory dwelling unit. So, that's if they applied for a building permit, that would be shut down on that account. It just wouldn't be permitted. So it's something to monitor. And then when we go to do a zoning update, we'll be working on kind of enabling, but also restricting language that ensures that, the intent of these permissions aren't expanded upon.
Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you, Deputy Mayor Calver. Is there any other further comments or questions with respect to the application that's in front of us this evening? Seeing none, we do have a recommendation that the committee receive for information the staff report for application PLVAR 2026-020, and further that the application for 1949 South Shore Road requesting the following variances be approved. Variance number 1 is bylaw number 02-22, section 5.4.2, sub C, sub I, minimum front yard setback of 15 meters. The proposed is the minimum front yard setback of 5 meters, and the relief requested is a reduction of 10 meters in the front yard depth. And the variance number 2 is bylaw number 02-22, section 4.11, sub B, sub I, requirement minimum setback of 30 meters setback of all structures to the high water mark. Proposes minimum setback to the high water mark of 28 meters for an accessory structure. Relief requested is 2 meters in setback to the high water mark. Moved by Councillor Norrie, second by Deputy Mayor Calver. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion? Opposed, motion is carried, and we'll look for a motion to adjourn the Committee of Adjustment. Moved by Councillor Davey, second by Councillor Shank. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion? Opposed, motion is carried. Thanks, folks, and we'll see you at 7 o'clock for our regular session of council.